The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a franchise that has gone on for decades, and with every new decade, a new iteration of the Turtles is bound to come out. And now, how we are in the 2020s and how animation has been expanding and expanding, we now have a new iteration of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And I just got back from seeing the movie, and wow, this movie was really, really good. It exceeded a lot of expectations I had for it. This might be one of my favorite iterations of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because the way they put this movie together was just amazing. Seth Rogen really knew what he was doing when he was making this movie, and today we gotta talk about it. And also, I had also seen this early. I saw this on Monday. They gave me this free exclusive poster. Pretty nice. So I really do want to talk about this movie. I really do recommend you go see it. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the big screen has been a pretty iffy subject. They've had some decent movies and some pretty bad ones. The live action ones are kind of split. You got the people that kind of like them, and you got the people that don't. And then with TMNT 2007, it's also split. You got the people that really don't like it, and you got the people that kind of do like it for its slightly darker story. But there's one thing where they just never got it right. And I feel like Seth Rogen coming onto this movie wanted to finally bring the Turtles into animation, but do something special with it. We all know that animation is very much expanding, with the likes of Spider-Verse changing the landscape, and after that, Sony following with other projects such as Mitchell's vs. the Machines, DreamWorks following suit with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and you can tell a lot of these animation studios are trying to differentiate a bunch of stuff, taking risks, changing up a lot of stuff. And you can tell that Seth Rogen wanted to do something like this with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which for this, it really works. The animation on this movie is not Spider-Verse. I just want to get that out the way first. It's not Spider-Verse, but it is very stylized, and I know some people say the character designs look a little off, but I think that's the point. Not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, talking about the human designs. That might throw a little people off, but I get what it's going for, and it's like almost like it was drawn with a crayon, and that's in a good way. I really like how they put the world together. It just really looks nice, and I feel like this animation style really does work with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it just looked beautiful. Once the film opened up, I actually got to see it in its glory. I was like, yeah, this is here to stay. I really do like this. And yeah, moving on to that, we got obviously the casting for this movie, which Seth Rogen also really knew what he was doing. I still cannot believe this is the only Turtles iteration where the Turtles are actually voiced by actual teenagers. Why did that take so long? I really don't know. And the whole point of this movie is it's kind of an origin story for the Turtles. Not in the sense that, oh yeah, this has been done so many times for the origin. We'll get into that. The origin of the Turtles I really did like with this movie. I also like that, they're kind of starting out as preteens in this franchise, and eventually they're going to start learning and get to that point of being, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Technically, they're pretty much preteens in this movie. Basically, you can kind of hear it in their voice. Donnie does not sound 15 or 16 at all, so you can definitely see that they're probably around the 13, 14, or even 12 range, if you're counting even Mikey. But I really did like that they got child voice actors for this. Leonardo was really great. I completely forgot that he was the same voice as Gumball. Completely forgot about that. A lot of them really did pour their heart out, and you could tell you really felt it more when this was actually voiced by teenagers. You actually felt it a lot more with their brotherly love they had with this movie. They really did feel connected throughout the whole movie. And yeah, I really did like that about that. And again with the jokes, I know a lot of people in the TV spots were saying, oh, I don't think I'm gonna like the jokes here. Yes, the jokes, some of them might be a little kiddie, but I feel like this movie does the best job of not making modern day jokes cringy. Yes, there are some jokes that just do not land. Obviously, the Turtles don't know what's good or bad up in the human world. And I feel like they balance the humor really well. There are some really dark humored stuff, and there's some really lighthearted humored stuff, and some just stupid humor altogether. But I feel like they did really balance it really well. You're gonna get at least one chuckle out of this movie. There is no way you're sitting in that seat and not laughing at least one joke. The jokes were really good with this movie. They didn't overdo it, but they did a really good job with it. It definitely did feel like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie with this. And the casting, I feel like the two best casting choices for this movie definitely had to be Jackie Chan as Splinter and Ice Cube as Superfly. Yeah, I know. Okay, Jackie Chan was obviously, as soon as I saw this casting for Jackie Chan as Splinter, I knew he was gonna kill it. And he really did. And this also might be one of my favorite iterations of Splinter. They really nailed him down in this movie, and I really did like him. Yes, he's that parental figure that really wants to look out for the turtles and everything, and then later he just becomes this badass, and it's just he killed it. He really did, and I really do like this iteration of Splinter. And then we gotta move on to Ice Cube as Superfly. Ice Cube as Superfly was really, really good. When I first heard the casting, I was like, okay. I mean, I haven't really seen Superfly in that many iterations of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I really don't know what to expect from it. But he was a pretty good villain. I won't hold you that. He really did set the standard for, all the mutants. And speaking of the mutants, there was a lot of mutants, obviously, in the title, Mutant Mayhem, and all their designs was just really, really cool. It was really nice to see a lot of mutants that you have rarely seen, some from the comics, some from the early TV shows, actually finally come to light. And some of them people didn't even know existed. I used to watch the Turtles a lot as a kid, so it was really nice to see all these characters come to light. And the cast for these mutants was absolutely stacked. I'm not sure I remember all the names, but I know there were Seth Rogen, John Cena, Maya Rudolph, Paul Rudd, Ice Cube. I think it keeps going. I forgot the rest of them. And Post Malone. I don't know if I got it, everyone. But it was a stacked cast with the mutants, and I really did get to like them a lot. They all have really cool personalities, and I really hope we get to see them eventually in these future installments, because I feel like they pretty much confirmed, Paramount, that they said even though the strike is going on, they want to continue this. They can't officially say, oh, we started on this immediately, but I think they've pretty much said they're continuing this, because it really does feel like a really good interpretation of the Turtles. And then with the story, I do feel like, this was a pretty good story setup for the movie. Obviously, now they're in their preteen age. They're still not yet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles yet. They still want to explore New York City and actually, be a part of their world and everything. And now, to try and be a part of that world, they meet Superfly and see that as an opportunity to come into the light and be accepted by everyone. And I really do like that. I mean, the Turtles have always been trying to, get out there into the light, but I feel like this story specifically, it was good that the first movie was not Shredder, it was not the Krang. They just stuck with a villain that I don't think has been a villain in a mainline Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So that was really good choosing. And a lot of the mutants coming into the story was really great. I really do like the story they pulled together. I don't want to get into spoilers. I know I'm treading territory, so that's why I'm just like, I'm leaving it at that. I'm not getting a little deeper into it. But other than that, I really did like April O'Neil in this movie. She was also a really good interpretation of April O'Neil. And I'm not going to get into the other stuff about the controversy going around her in this movie. Literally, there should be no point in getting so mad over the design. It's really not that big of a deal. As long as she gives a great performance, I honestly don't really care. And she did. She did give a really good performance. I do like this interpretation of April O'Neil. So all the people out there that keep dissing on it, I don't know what you're doing, but you're just being stupid, man. It's never gonna end, but just leave it as is. That's where I'm gonna leave it for April O'Neil. She was a great character in the movie. I really did like. And apparently Mr. Beast was in this movie. When I got home from the movie, and I decided to check Twitter to see what people were talking about it, apparently Mr. Beast was in it, and he was Times Square guy. Out of all the people I was talking to about seeing it, none of us remembered hearing it. So honestly, if you're seeing the movie this weekend, tell me when you hear Mr. Beast's voice, because I'm not sure when I'm seeing the movie again, but tell me when you hear it. Apparently it says Times Square guy, I do not remember it. Obviously, YouTubers in movies right now are I'm kind of desensitized to it. I'm just like, okay, it exists, just don't overstate yourself and say, I'm Mr. Beast. But apparently he's in this movie. It's just a thing. I don't remember it. Let me know if you guys even heard it. But also, the pacing on the movie was really good. When you have a good paced animated movie, it's just good. You know who I'm looking at, Mario and Ruby Gilman. But if you have a good paced animated movie, I'm gonna really like it a lot more. Because you really get to know these characters a lot more. And for the fact that we already know who the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles already are, we already know their origins, they still took the time to go into the origins of these characters. Let us get to know everyone. The fact that they did that and just didn't skip, oh, we're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you already know the deal, we got into this ooze, we took current mutant. They actually took the time with this, and I really do appreciate that they did that. Because I feel like Paramount really does want this to be the definitive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Nickelodeon right now. And I know Rise wants to come back. Yes, I want that show to come back. Rise, Nickelodeon, bring back Rise. But Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles definitely should come back. But this new iteration, I really do feel like Paramount wants to continue with this. A sequel has already been confirmed. One thing I do want to say is definitely stay for the credits. There is a post-credit scene, not saying what it is, but they are continuing with this franchise. And even a show was greenlit for Paramount Plus. And even with the original voice cast returning, which rarely happens when movies get TV shows like that. So I really do appreciate that as well. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem was really, really great. It's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. I really do recommend you go see it. It's another stepping stone for animation and how we're starting to branch out into these new styles. And I really appreciate that we're actually getting this. And it was really good. This probably is the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie we've gotten in a long time, like a really long time. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was really good. I know there's people in the comments that are gonna keep saying that. But overall, I really did like this movie. I do recommend you guys go check it out, and let me know your thoughts. And if you've seen it already, let me know what you guys thought of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.